Well, today's your birthday, Raymond Yampong. I have to say happy birthday to you. And when I become rich, I'll buy you nice cake and take you to
but you're
lunch.
rich.
But today, I'm taking you to lunch.
You can't afford to buy cake.
Oh, I said I'm taking you to lunch. Okra, what have you?
Cake.
Newspapers.
When you become rich, you buy him cake.
Please.
Yeah, just Papa.
We're going. We have daily graphic. Fulani headsmen trouble. Police, soldiers to flash them out. Yeah, that kind of story.
Okay, so now today we're going to spend a bit of time on this particular subject on talk.
Are we discussing it?
Yeah, because we have the two MPs on the show. One of them chairs the Committee of Interior in Parliament, and so it will be good to get their perspective of things.
That's Honourable Fritz Bafo.
Exactly. But the story says that security personnel have been deployed to Asante Achim in the Ashanti region to flush out nomadic Fulani herdsmen following tension between residents of the area and the headsmen. Also, President Kat sought for Kaswa interchange. That story detailed we brought you. Parliament pays tribute to Okia Pehene. Roland, we didn't talk about this much. President John Mahama on Wednesday cut the sword to signal the official commencement of work. Okay, this shouldn't be here. This story should be here. So, as Ekuapims and other mourners mourn the departure of the Okuapehene Osiadeyo Adodankwa III to join his ancestors, Parliament and people from all walks of life continue to pay tribute to the late chief. Do you know that they've shut down schools in the area for a week to make way for the funeral?
Normal.
Is it?
Like in the UK, if something happens, they'll do some things.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's true. It's normal.
Well, this is tradition. This is tradition. It's just that in modern times, like, you wouldn't expect that this would happen.
I get your point.
And there's I'm told there's a dress code for the people in the area, but that's purely tradition. I like that. But it's the schools shutting down. That's
your problem.
That's the one that I don't quite get.
Media. I know my right. It's okay. It's once in a while we need something unusual.
Yeah?
Yeah, to spice up life. Life sometimes is to run out the economy. Daily Guide. We have madman kills girl, eats body with kinky.
Hey!
I'm not reading the story.
Oh, but I am. A 14-year-old girl, Dosia Ama Edufo, a primary 4 people of Achim Asafo Presby Primary School in the East Achim municipality of the Eastern region, met her untimely death when Iyaw Akoto, who is a 35-year-old mentally deranged man, allegedly butchered her. That's a very, very sad story. I mean, but what do you do to this man who's already mentally deranged?
There's nothing you can do about it.
Oh.
You take him to a psychiatric hospital. But it also shows how sometimes societies tend to grapple with dealing with those who have mental problems. And how also we need to strengthen the institutions that we have. More so, we have a mental health law. And we need to make sure we implement it to the letter. That's the most important thing at all. 4 Yemenis grabbed with fake passports and visa. There was a paper that published it on Wednesday, I believe.
But they were in court yesterday.
And we also have Agogo Chiefs go wild on Fulani. And apparently members of the Asante Achim Agogo Traditional Council say the country's security agencies have been adamant in dealing with the menace of Fulani herdsmen in the town and its surrounding communities. It's something we'll discuss on AM Talk because we have the chairman of the Interior Committee. We also have Business Finder on reduced taxes on import. Businesses are apparently, according to reports, they're having crying out, and it's really, really troubling. And this is how the story goes. It says businesses involved in importation of the country's ports are demanding a significant reduction in taxes on imports in tandem with levels in neighboring Ivory Coast and other members of ECOWAS. I don't agree. What's the wahala? We keep importing. Every time importing. Why? Exercise fiscal restraint. Development partners caution government, and they are worried about mounting fiscal pressures on government. At this year's general elections beckon, and Ghana's development partners have already been warning government to stay within its limitations of budget estimates.
Let's move on to the Ghanaian Times newspaper now. Kolebu staff drag management to court. Story says that the Senior Staff Association of the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital has sued the management of the hospital at Accra High Court for initiating processes to sanction them. Korle Bu is turning out to be, I don't know, like a pressure group or something. This is a hospital. This is supposed to be
for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I mean, now we're going to the law. We're going to the law court. Like, this is Korle Bu is supposed to be. If you don't get the help that you need medically anywhere else in Ghana, this is like the ultimate place, and they are in the news every day for nothing related to their work.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, it's still related somehow. It's
related, but
about
this is
the
not,
negative.
This is
the negative.
I mean, suing and things like that.
Yeah.
I expect like a patient to sue the hospital, not staff.
Okay, we have Kaswa Interchange project begins, and we know we told you a sort what was cut. We were able to also bring you a vivid description of the event by putting together a 7-minute story for you as well.
5 armed robbers jailed 180 years. That's another story you find in the Ghanaian Times. If Gomez will only go up, then we can see all the stories. Okay, so 5 armed robbers have been jailed a total of 180 years by the Takwa Circuit Court for robbery in the Wassa Amenfe district of the Western Region 2 weeks ago.
So those are the summaries of the stories we have on the front pages of the various newspapers. Now let's look at what City FM Online has regularly. That's the next page we will go to. It has some other stories.
So Supreme Court to hear suits for new voters register. You would also find defend. Okay, so Kofi Boakye hot for threatening MP. Defend yourselves against Fulani's MP charges. Agogo residents. These are some of the stories. I don't think I'll be Green Street's running mates. Oh, I guess that's Samia speaking. I don't think you won't be really. Transport Ministry to name new national airline partner in March. All right, so these are the stories here. Quickly, we'll do the BBC. Let's go to the BBC page, please.
We have the highlights on the Africa page of the BBC. Talks about Africa highlights. South Africa virginity test illegal. Kenya Uber ultimatum, and we know Uber is a mobile taxi company operating in Europe. You call them, they come and pick you up and things. And I hear they've been creating. They're in the US too, creating a lot of jobs. But getting regular taxi companies out of work has been an issue. Mainstream commercial transportation in Europe and the Americas. We'll see how that goes. We have other stories. You have to go up, and then we'll get a lot more. Gomez, please, can we get on to the main pages?
So this is a summary. It wouldn't do us a lot of good. That will be it, really. Otherwise, we'll go to Weld and check out if there's a story on Roland's Zika virus.
My Zika virus. Leaders aim to find billions for Syria. Okay, we know that. Go up. Let's see whether we can get something on Vika.
Hey.
Zika.
Even when I say Zika. Z, you say V.
Zika.
Okay, we'll try and pull the Zika updates. We'll pull the Zika update sometime.
Zika.
In the middle.
Zika. Zika.
All right, sure. So, these are the stories that we can bring you. Let's bring you some comments now. Good morning, Roland. Good inspirational words. Good inspirational song. You really made my day. But if I think about this Fulani headsmen, I feel bad. All over the country, they are never good to Ghanaians. Our leaders should do something now. From Ayegogo Stephen, who is in Chiana, sending us that message on WhatsApp. This one says, good morning, Mama V and Roland. 2% fuel decrease and 15% increment in lorry fares. Why? JM and his people mean us or what? Oh, Allah save us from this high insensitive government. This is from Kawawa Aterak Dawn, who is in Boko, sending us that message. Let me pull up a couple of. So this one says, we the youth of Ghana today shall never forgive our leaders should the peace and harmony of this country be destabilized to satisfy their own interests come November 7. Abdul Wahid and Tamale seem to be warning. All right, this one says, Good morning, Roland. This madman issue is something my mom is experiencing here in Osino in the Fantiakwa South. When we filed a complaint to the police, they told us he's mad, and anytime the madman tries to attack and tell you,
you should take the man
police
to the psychiatric hospital.
So he's always threatening to kill his mom. He tried
they need
to set
take
fire
him to
in her
a psychiatric hospital. That's what they need to do.
But who does that? Whose responsibility?
It's a family.
Okay, let's deal with realistic issues here. Somebody's threatening his mother, threatening to
It's in the family house, isn't he?
But that's not a family member. Is he a family? Okay, maybe you should clarify. Is he a family member? But what he's saying is that he's reported the issue to the police.
And the police
they're not doing anything about it.
But the police are not mental health.
But that's a threat to kill.
Mental health
That's experts. A threat to kill.
The man is mentally deranged, and you have acknowledged it yourself.
You see, that's why we are here, isn't that?
Yeah, they should report the thing to
where?
To the nearest mental health facility they can find. And I think that's on top of my mind. They have to come to Accra Psychiatric Hospital.
Is it the facility's responsibility to go and pick somebody who is...
I think somehow they have a lot more solutions to them than the police.
Yeah?
That's what I think, yes.
But
that's what I know, not to...
Shouldn't it be the security agency liaising with the mental facility? Because they are saying mentally deranged.
Why not the family with this very education also liaising with the mental health institution to make sure they get their family member to that very health institution? Because
so if you threaten this gentleman's mother, would you still be standing here?
If I threaten?
If threatened to kill, would you still be here?
And I was mentally deranged?
No. You are not, are you?
I'm not.
Okay, so I'm saying if you threaten to kill somebody's mother, would you still be here?
No, I would not.
So why is that person still walking around? Whether they take you to a police cell or they take you to a hospital, I feel it's the security agency's responsibility to take you off the streets.
We may argue about this.
The whole day. We won't agree on anything.
We have a couple of messages too.
Good morning to you, Mama V and Roland. Fulani's men have been empowered, if you like, by some chiefs or of our own chiefs. So let's blame them, but not rather blame our chiefs. By Al Hassan Terakwa in Savlugu. I'm not sure we get your points though.
Yes, I think he's just saying that we shouldn't blame them. We should rather blame the traditional leaders, because when they come in, they consult them and they give them arable land for them to graze cattle. And I guess that's the thrust of yesterday during the discussion. We also got to know that we have Ghanaians who also own cattle and have these Fulanis as headsmen.
Yes.
So we need to find a thin line in between. The point is, if we say they are nomads, and everywhere in Europe, for example, you have the Roma, etc. Okay. So what then do we do? Do we say we don't want Fulanis to be coming to our country? And they live nomadic life. So what do we do?
I think Dr. Kusianin has a
solution.
He said something which I think could be very useful. That they should sit and talk.
Yes, because dialogue is the best.
Yeah.
I don't think there'll be any cause for somebody to kill somebody without any action. When there's a cause, there's an effect.
But I think the police should also be seen to be acting, based on the law. But if they sit back and
I think discussions will do.
Yeah.
Because for example, when the police come in and residents chase or perhaps maim a Fulani headsman, they're supposed to take action.
I get it.
Because that man, first, is a human being, has his right protected, enshrined under the Constitution of our Republic. So then the sentiments build up, especially against the Fulanis by the communities because they are settlers. So what happens?
I think this has degenerated because the police decided to threaten the people who live there.
Well, the people also threaten the Fulani headsmen.
I get it.
And I think also we need to put things into perspective.
No, but I'm saying that why don't we have our police? They are law enforcements. So do your work. Leave the leadership of the community to do the dialogue and the talking.
That is why it becomes a sensitive issue for which only the police cannot resolve. If the communities have a certain mindset, they have taken a certain position, then which agencies are the best mediators for this?
Well,
because I believe some people within Agogo themselves own cattle.
Yeah, they do.
So as a result of that, they have
this is what I don't get. You live in the community. You know the people who own it. You want to come and share your issues with us, but you're not ready to name the people who own it and who have hired these people to be headsmen in the community. They know them, and that's what sometimes we don't get. You just, I don't know. You put our heads together when you know what the problem, what the cause is. Yeah, but we should solve it. We should fix it.
It should be an issue that we can solve easily.
Yeah. I'm just saying, police is enforcement, so enforce it. Whether it favors this side or that side, just enforce it and stop threatening people that you're not supposed to threaten.
We'll see how that goes.
Papanko in Tamale says, good morning, Mamavi and Roland. How can we live in our country as foreigners? The Fulanis must go. We're tired of their terror activities. Listen, there are Ghanaians everywhere. We're everywhere. We're in Nigeria. We're in Sierra Leone. We're in Togo. We're in Benin, we're in Cameroon, we're in Kenya. So many places.
We're in Botswana.
We're in Niger.
South Africa.
Yeah.
For example, when there were xenophobic attacks in South Africa, we were all saying, why were South African locals killing foreigners? And so even some Ghanaians fell victim.
You can't say that all the foreigners must go.
I don't think in the world we live now, that's the mindset of the way we need to think. I think that's a wrong thinking stance or ideology.
Yeah. I think we should keep, foreigners must go out of our minds, first of all.
How about you going to, let's say, America and you being sacked or killed? Yeah. How would you feel?
Okay, so we couldn't agree on the mad guy's issue. This person says, concerning the madam, the police should bundle him and send him to the nearest mental facility. This is from Ignatius.
Okay.
See? Yeah, that's reasonable.
Oh, the person just sided with you.
No, he didn't.
All right, so that'll be it for now. We have to take a break. When we come back, we'll be having Benedict also in the studio with a lot more sports. We have the latest.
All right, stay with us.